So you want to start a home-based business making and selling quilts. Hi, I'm Lorraine Fagan and I have been quilting for over 10 years. I'd like to talk to you today about some basic ideas on how to get started with your very own home-based business making and selling quilts. Start out by researching the internet for some successful businesses. One article that I've came across was West Bay Women Love of Quilting Helped Her Piece Together a New Career by Stephanie Powell. Deciding what theme to use can be fun. It can be country, modern flair, or anything in between. Getting information from internet, books, magazines can also be helpful. This book here that I have is Better Homes and Gardens, 101 Full-Size Quilt Blocks and Borders by Meredith Corporation. Has a very good wide variety of quilts. Even tells you how to make them, so that's a good book, and there's many more out there. One thing you'll want to start out with to begin with is start out with just one theme at a time. A sewing machine is a good way to make a quilt. Also, however, some people do like to just make quilts by hands. They don't like to use a machine. Now, Personally, I use the machine to quilt my pieces together, and then I hand quilt my quilts. These are all hand quilted inside, but they're pieced together with the machine. Choosing what types of quilts to make can be kind of challenging because they can make it be a bed quilt, a wall quilt, or anything in between. When making a bed quilt, you'll want to know what size it's going to be. It's very helpful to know if it's a baby, a twin, double, queen, or king size bed. This quilt here that I have is a king size bed. Just remember when making a larger quilt that it's going to be more time consuming and more materials will be needed. Wall quilts can be any dimension, small or large. They can be any shape, square, rectangle, oblong, round. The sky's the limit on that one. Making a smaller quilt or starting out with wall quilts is a good way to start your inventory because they are quicker to make and usually easier. A mixture of materials will be needed to start out making a quilt. For any quilt, fabric is a must. It can be fun to be able to choose what kind of fabrics you want. You can purchase your fabrics online, or if you need to start out small, you can also go to other quilt shops. In addition, items needed that you're going to be needing will be scissors, thread, needles. I have a rotary cutter here. That's just saying a few, just depending on how you're going to do it. Equipment needed to begin with will depend on how you're going to make and sell your quilts. A sewing machine and a computer is two, I believe, important items needed these days to get your business started. Make sure that whenever you do some research before you purchase your before you purchase your sewing machine or computer to find out which one's best used for you. You can also, if you're low on funds, need to start out small, you can use a less expensive brand. There's a lot of good ones out there. A computer helps by keeping track of your records, corresponding with other customers, finding new patterns, and many other helpful things. Remember, whenever you are starting your business, that you're going to want to check with to get a business license to sell your quilts. Just check with your local city hall on what to do on that. Before starting a business, advertise to begin with. I like what one lady said. Carolyn Nelson, she owns a quilt shop in Beaufort County in Virginia. A useful tip that her husband found was to purchase a phone service before their shop even opened. That way the number was in the phone book, and prior to opening, they just forwarded that number to their cell phone. Advertise online can be done in many ways. One good way would be to make your own website, and also you can sell your quilt projects online through eBay, Etsy, or Craigslist, and setting up an account with them is pretty easy to do. Another way to advertise is locally by local newspaper, on the radio if one decides to have a quilt shop in their home. Also, don't forget to, if you're going to have a quilt shop in your home, you want to advertise in surrounding counties as well. This is helpful. Once customers are established, sending out newsletters is a good thing to do to keep them updated on the latest news. There's two ways to be able to do that. One would be through emails. When the customers come in, just get their email address or by their physical address. I recommend email because then that way you don't have the purchase of postal stamps. Through making quilts and getting items started, I hope hope you're on your way to a successful business. And I hope that this has been informative and helpful. Thank you. That was good till the